And oh, the captions got my name spelt right. Whew. Oh, glorious day. Glorious day. All right, listen. So I'm not going to be on here very long. I wanted to do this video really quickly because I'm getting ready to work out. I'm going to be taking the picture of my back muscles today because, I've been working on them for the past month. So I'm doing my progression. And so you all will be able to see that for the first time today on my Instagram. But I wanted to come out and do this video real quick because I was going to record this yesterday, but I was just so emotionally fatigued from the Fanbase broadcast. And then we had a text notification broadcast behind the scenes after the Fanbase, which kind of ended on a note that just took, I don't know. Look, we're going to have a text notification squad. Be on the lookout because we need to come together and have a conversation behind the scenes about what took place during our last behind the scenes broadcast because I did not like how it went down at the end, right? I didn't like that. And so we need to get on top of that. And so yeah. So welcome in, welcome. I wanted to talk today about black men and why are they so angry at black women, the feminist movement, welfare. Look, let me send out I see that the comments have started to come in. So let me go ahead and send a message out to the text notification squad. Jessica is so happy when I go live. I'm happy when you come in. You should join the text notification squad so that you can get more notifications about lives behind the scenes and all of that. But yes, so let me get the link for this and then hey, Tanya Walker's in the house in the hizzy. I need to get into my studio so I could get the link and then send this out. Hey, Her Story, I didn't even know you were in the fan base thing that night. Yeah, it was something else. It was something else, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the link so that I can send this out, and then we're going to get live on the other platforms, and then I'm going to jump out of here. Because the question is, why are black men so angry with black women? Like, and I want you all to, you know what? Let me say that in just one moment. I just got the link. Let me send this out. All right. Put the link in here. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you see, we're not doing a full show. I just wanted to ask this question, and then I'm going to jump out of here so I can go do my workout today. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Morning, 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 morning. All right. All right. I'm just going to leave it at that, and then I'm just going to do hashtag TKO text squad so that you all can find this. All right. Next, send now. All right. So that text notification has gone out. So let us, let us, let us, let us, let us, let us. I didn't see your name on Fanbase the other day, and I was looking through the audience, but I was looking through quickly trying to find hands that were raised. But this is the question that I want to ask, and I'm asking this question because I want you all to answer this while I'm working out. And then after I finish working out and getting ready, etc., I'm going to come back out and we're going to have a full broadcast about this. But I want you all to be able to, let me, text just went out. Let me go live on these other platforms. All right. Come on, let's get this party started. We are live on Twitch. We are live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook, and we are live on LinkedIn. Welcome in. Oh, Jessica, you are in the text squad? Okay, perfect. So we are live on all platforms. I am your host, Tanya TKO from TanyaTKO.com. I'm a self-love specialist. I'm a life coach. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I am a certified matchmaker. There are a few different things that I'm doing behind the scenes to help you love yourselves and one another. we use viral stories on this channel to highlight what self-love or self-abuse looks like in your life. And so today we're coming on the tail end of a broadcast that we did on Fanbase. On Fanbase, we talked about how Black men benefit the most from marriage, yet they're so reluctant, right? There were some Black men who came, oh, you know what? Let me just say this real quick because there have been Black men who have been coming out on my Facebook page talking about how marriage benefits women the most because a Black man can get all of the things, the children, the sharing of the household, all of the benefits of your womanhood without marriage. And I say, you know what? That does not disprove my point. That actually proves my point. The statement is that Black men benefit the most from marriage. They benefit even more from being in relationships with women without marriage. So you still benefit the most from marriage, but you benefit even more without the woman having the legal protections of marriage. And so this is still in the same vein, and you prove what it is that I'm saying. You only but I understand the mentality. The mentality is, okay, I lose some of my freedoms and my movements, my ability to move or dump this person without legal paperwork. I lose some of that when I get married. So it's better for me to stay unmarried and get all of those benefits without losing some of my movement. But the sad part about that is that the mindset that it takes to get married, the mindset of holding yourself accountable to a family actually benefits men. Um, Being in a cohabitative relationship with women in general is going to help you live longer, help you be healthier, etc. But when you ascend to the mindset of making yourself responsible, you benefit from that. And we have Black men who are foolishly um denying themselves the benefits of being in a responsible adult relationship in which assets are shared, legacy is created, and there is legal protection for you, your spouse, and your children, right? But that was Fanbase's broadcast. What I wanted to talk about today is during the Fanbase broadcast, there were several Black men that came up. Even the ones that were in favor of marriage were very angry. There was a Black man that came up who was angry about feminism. And I asked him, I was like, what are the things that you hear being spoken from the feminist movement that you have a problem with, right? Or that you've heard, because he said that he heard women on the stage speaking feminist talking points, feminist, from the white feminist movement, right? And I was like, what is it that you hear them saying? And he was stunned. It was like he had never been asked that question before. He was stammering. He couldn't answer what it was, and the only thing that he could come up with is that women on the stage were saying that they don't need a man. There was one woman who came up and said that she has no intention of getting married and she doesn't see the benefits to a relationship. But I don't need a man was not one of the tenets of the feminist movement. So what I want for you all to do is I'm going to give you all some time to do some research because I feel like we keep having these conversations, like we have these talking points, and I feel like we don't look into what these talking points are actually. What is the premise behind the talking point? What is it that is being implied behind the talking point? And I want you all to look up, what did the feminist movement want? Why did women raise up in arms, and what did they do? During and then also I want to talk about, I want us to come back, and I'm going to open up the phone line. So I want you to invite some intelligent men who can call in. I promise you, listen, I, listen, Milad, how do I put this? Please invite some men here who know how to effing speak. Because, look, I ain't Celie from The Color Purple. Even though if you look at my face, you see that Whoopi Goldberg and Whoopi Goldberg looks like how my mother looked. So she and we have similar facial features. She's a distant cousin. I don't talk about it very much, right? But you see Whoopi Goldberg and I have very similar facial features, right? I'm not Celie from The Color Purple. If you come here attempting to beat me in my back with your balls, you will get cussed the fuck out. If you're lucky. If you're not lucky, I'll just become disinterested and just get rid of you, right? Please invite some men here who want to have a sincere, honest conversation because I want to understand what are Black men so upset about. Why are they upset that women wanted equal protection under the law? I want you to look up. I want you to look up. Please look up, do some research, and come back. What did the women want during the feminist movement? What was it that they were asking for? Did Black women begin to kill Black men? Because the things that Black women are asking for, the things that we are talking about in our videos, we're talking about we're talking about Black femicide. We're talking about the fact that 4 Black women a day are unalived in this country, mainly at the hands of Black men, that every 6 hours, according to FBI data, and they're saying during the pandemic that the numbers rose greater than that. Black women, what are Black women asking for in these videos that we're making? What was it that white women wanted during the feminist movement? They say that Black women shouldn't have joined onto the feminist movement with white women because Black women did not have a problem with Black men. Did they not? Were these relationships ideal? Were they ideal? Are we being idealistic about the relationships? Look into your grandparents' relationship. What type of relationships did they have? Were your grandmothers happy? Were the grandfathers in the home? Was your grandfather or the man who lived with your grandmother, was that his primary home? Did he have a secondary home? Was your grandmother's home the secondary home and he had another family and another life elsewhere? These are some of the questions. That's question number 1. I believe that's question number 2. Question number 1 is why are they so angry? Why are they mad at Black women? What did the feminist movement? That's question number 2. If somebody can type these out, so then when we come back to the discussion, we can have the discussion. The first question, well, the overarching question is why are they so angry? The first question is what did the feminist movement want? Second question is, what are Black women asking for? What are they asking for? Third question is, why are they so upset at welfare? They claim welfare took Black men out of the homes, that Black women preferred a monthly check and some free cheese over a man, and that they were somehow tricked. We know how much women love relationships, how much women love to be in relationships, how much society pressures women to be in, stay in, and keep relationships with men. And you mean to tell me that with all of the societal and family pressures, with all of the romantic ideas that women have about relationship, that she would rather lay in the bed with a block of free cheese, right? and a few $100s a month, if that. Were the Black men in the homes? Was their name on the deed? Was that his primary home or secondary home? If Black men were taken out of the homes, where did the Black men go? Did these Black men not have homes of their own that they could bring a woman and a family into? It's like we keep saying all of these things, but we don't have any proof. I've been asking men from the manosphere to show me video evidence of Black women in the 1980s. First of all, none of us here were grown in, well, some of us who are on my platform were grown in the 80s. But primarily, we weren't grown in the 80s. So we don't know. Some of these men weren't even, well, some of these men weren't grown in the 80s. But they hear these things, they say these things. Show me video evidence of Black women disrespecting Black men on these talk shows. Because the only video evidence, and we showed a video of this, the only video evidence that exists, find it. But I'm telling you, the only video evidence that exists are Black women on these platforms crying and begging Black men to love them and stop leaving them for white women. Show me otherwise. Where is, you would think that if this is their talking point, that they would have video evidence of it. I've asked these men in the manosphere to provide the links because the Donahue Show, Sally Jesse Raphael, Ricky Lake, Oprah, all of these shows have their vintage footage online. Show me. That is question number 4. Show me. Show me. Show me. I want to see. And so this is going to be your homework while I go work out and get my muscles and stuff. You see, look right here. Look. Do you see it? Look. Can you see the I have my pectorials. Look. Do you see it? Yeah, buddy. All right. Those are the 4 questions. If there are other questions that you feel can add to the conversation, by all, wait, Capricorn is saying I was grown in the 80s. Hold on, let me scroll back up. Where's my mouse? Hold on. Capricorn is saying I was grown in the 80s. This was when Black men were saying I don't have to marry her to be a good father. Black men started abandoning their children in mass. All right. All right. All right. Listen, I want to have this conversation. I'm going to open up the phone lines. So be prepared to call in. Invite some intelligent men from the manosphere or red pill, whomever, who can have an intelligent conversation without. And then also, another one of my questions is it just that you're upset with your mother? Because I can imagine, and I've spoken to a manosphere man or two, and they had really terrible relationships with their mothers. Their mothers were pick me's. It's so strange. Their mothers were pick me's, and their mothers constantly chose these toxic, terrible relationships. Some of the men in the manosphere, their mothers chose terrible men, continue to choose terrible men. They felt as if their mothers kept them away from their quote unquote wonderful father. Let me tell you, a man who is about his shit is not going to stay away from his children. There and the thing is that as a certified clinical hypnotherapist, I know, right? I know that the ideas that we adults have were formed primarily with a child's mind. And in many men's minds, they don't really understand what went on between their mother and their father. And they blame the parent who stayed in the fight with them. I ask myself sometimes, Would they have preferred to have been aborted? Would they have preferred to have been put into the system and left there? What was it that they would have preferred? Would they have preferred to have never been born? What would they have preferred? Some of these fathers were unfit. Having a two-parent household does not benefit the child if the parents are toxic. I saw something last night, right? And this disturbed me to my core. I sent it to myself because I wanted to be able to talk about this in a future video, right? Hold on, I'm going to bring up the link real quick so that you all can see what I saw, right? And then I'm really going to get out of here because I like to do my workouts early. Here, hold on. Let me get this up on the screen. You know, you don't have to answer in this video. This video is just a video that's being done for you all to do your homework, right? Here. I want you all to see this. Where's my headphones? Give me 1 second. I just want to get the volume off. I want you all to see this. Oops. I want you all to see this. Here. Ah, what am I doing? I'm like,
I'm gonna say this one time. Bitch, you touch my daughter. Bitch, you touch my daughter again. You gonna have to get your mama, your daddy, your uncle, and whoever.
Look, I want you to see. Look at this child. Look at her face. And she looked, speaking of color purple, she looked like somebody standing up there in the color purple. Look at this child right here. Look at the little girl. Look at this child's face right here. Look at her. This looks like the face of a girl who's seen too much. We got this grown-ass man calling her all types of B words, right? Oh. Look, and this girl is trying to climb. Another man has to touch his child to stop his child from going over as he screamed. Look. This little girl is crying. And someone behind her is trying to comfort her because she's inconsolable at the moment, right? Just having any man inside the home is not this tremendous benefit to the children. Any man who is calling a little girl I'll just say the word because, you know, we're going to keep it real, right? Bitch. Any grown man who is calling a little girl a bitch. What's the caliber of this man? We keep pressing as if by any means necessary, we have to have two-parent homes. Is a child going to be better off in a two-parent home with a male like this? If he's threatening a child, like what son? What? You're threatening a little girl? Like, are you serious? Like, if you, what it's like when I saw this, the only thing that came to mind was these are people who had children and they themselves were not mentally prepared. I don't. They themselves continued their toxic parentage. I'm perplexed. Like what grown adult? Now let me tell you, we have had situations in which children from different types of homes, because those of you on the text notification squad, we talk openly behind the scenes. Nobody wants their child being hit. You send your beautiful little baby to school and somebody wants to take their fist and pummel your child in the face. Nobody likes that. Especially especially if you raise children in a nonviolent home. They do not know how to fight. They don't know how to deal with these aggressions. They probably sitting there crying like this little girl there. They don't know what to do because they have not been confronted. One of my good friends, she says that in many Black families, Black parents are their children's first bullies. There was someone who came on my video the other day, and she commented about how her child is in her grandchild is in an abusive relationship and she won't leave this abusive man alone. I said, what when did she first what was it that happened in her past that made her feel that abuse is okay, that violence is okay? Then the woman, oh, my husband is a great husband, he's never laid a hand on me, blah blah blah. I came back and I asked her, where did she first become introduced to violence? I find it hard to believe that a person who was never hit is okay with being hit. Hear what it is that I'm saying. I find it unreasonable to even imagine, right? To be okay with the things that come before the hitting takes place. If you don't curse out your child and your child goes out there and somebody's using profanity at them, look, I was never called the B word growing up. My parents did not curse me out. When I am in communication with people who attempt, one, to call me the B word, I shut that shit down, right? My father still to this day opens my car doors for me. When I go out with men, went out with men in the past, and my car door was not open, it jolted me in my system because that is what I had been accustomed to. Many of us think that beating and whooping and violence-based discipline on our children does them good. One of the things that it does is it helps them become accustomed to the idea that sometimes the people who love you hit you, that love and violence can go in tandem, that in situations in which your body is loved and protected, that sometimes that same person who loves and protects you will also disrespect your body, do things to your body that you don't consent to, do things to your body that hurts. And then they go out in the street and you're like, oh, my child is getting slapped up. I don't know how. When was the first time that your child was slapped up? I didn't want to stay on here too long. Let me see how long I've been on. Okay, less than half an hour. Good. 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 Black people, we need to have these conversations. These are conversations we need to have. Because listen, I received violence-based discipline when I was young. I didn't like it. I did not like being hit. I didn't like being tossed around. I didn't like being shoved. I didn't like being snatched. I didn't like it. Getting hit hurts. I didn't like it. It made me angry. I want you all to think and remember. How did it make you feel to be hit? I was angry at my parents. I wanted them to die. And when I was too small to be able to kill them, I wanted to kill myself. I didn't like being hit. I did not like it. I was beat. Vacuum cleaner cords, anything that they could get their hangers. I was beat. And you see, right? You see, when I make my videos, right? I am sometimes quick to temper. It has been programmed into me. Sometimes I'll just be sitting here and I can, being in these traumatic neighborhoods, I'm from the Bronx. You have to be ready at a moment's notice because violence can pop off anytime around you. You have to. You have to. So we are raising our children in these war zones. We are beating violence into them. We are they're traumatized. Even me, violence was programmed into me. I am quick to temper. It's a part of my programming. And so you can imagine the effort it took and takes to, when you feel that inside of you, when that child is acting up and you feel that inside of you, like, you can imagine what it takes to say, no, I will break a cycle that I myself know that I did not like. You can imagine. So when you all are saying that the timeouts are easier, I am telling you that it is difficult to not perpetuate the same trauma that you received. It is much more difficult when you feel that inside of you and you're like, I'm gonna, who you think you, when you feel that inside and you have to have the control over yourself to say that I will not do to a young person what was done to me, that I will in this generation find another way. It's much more difficult, I'm telling you, to control yourself from the violence that was programmed into you so that those who came after you may know another way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Back to the question at hand. What is it that Black men, why are they so angry at Black women? I posed about 5 questions. I posed about 5 questions in this video. I know someone's going to type them out for me like I asked, please. And then when I come back, we'll have a show. Okay? We'll come back and we'll have a show. All right? Okay. All right. All right. Listen, these are the difficult conversations that we must have. These are the difficult conversations that we must have. All right. I love you all. Let me give you all a hug. I know this is so hard. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I will see you all in a few hours. Get these questions answered and just get your talking points together because we're going to have a call-in show. I want to look back and I want to understand. I want to understand because there's a part of me that feels that there's a lack of accountability for the issues that they're having, that they feel, oh, well, if only you were submissive enough, then my life would be better. I mean, they're not getting married anyway. You're not marrying anyone. Is there not enough women out there? Are you angry because you feel that you don't have enough choice of women? Because there are plenty of women who are still pick-me's out here, who are desperate and salivating, frothing at the mouth to be picked. What is it that they're so upset about? And then now they have their pat. First of all, they said that they wanted white women. White women were more submissive. Okay, so then you weren't marrying white women either. Now you're like, you got your passport, but when you listen to the passport bros, they're talking about how it's the benefit that they could have access to these women over there in these other countries, but they're not bringing them back here for marriage. So you have your white women, you have your Asian women, you have your international women. Why are you still upset at random women that you don't know? Is it that you're upset with your mother? What is it? What is the problem? Why are you upset? Like there are many men who are on TikTok right now who are upset about the pick me mating call that I did. Okay, there's still pick me's out there. Why are you upset that I'm not one? Why does it upset you that I am not an across the board naturally submissive woman? Why does that upset you? You don't want me and I don't want you. Why are you upset that we don't want each other? All right. All right. I will see you all in the next video. Tanya TKO and I'm out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is questioning some of the things that we've heard. What is a self-love lesson that you have learned even from just this video, even though it's not a full video? What are some of the self-love lessons you learned in this video? Anyway, I will see you all in the next video, which we will be doing in a few hours as soon as I get my workout on and finish, nourishing myself, etc. I will see you all in the next video. Tanya TKO and I'm out. Peace. Throw up those boxing gloves. I will see you all and hug somebody today. Tell somebody that you love them. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. This morning I did my self-love affirmations journal. I haven't done it in a while, and I needed to be reminded of those affirmations. The book is very powerful. It's right behind me. It's on Amazon. Search for the word Tanya TKO self-love on Amazon. You'll find the book. The book is so important. It's so powerful and it is so needed. I even needed to hear the messages this morning. I will see you all in the next video.